Hello, I am Jeremiah Berger with MIHEMP News. On Tuesday, October 13th, 2009, in an attempt to protest the Drug Enforcement Administration's blockade of state industrial hemp programs, farmers and hemp industry leaders gathered at the DEA headquarters in Virginia to perform an act of public civil disobedience, planting industrial hemp seeds in the DEA's lawn. For their actions, Wayne Hogg, a North Dakota farmer, Will Allen, founder of Cedar Circle Organic Farm in Vermont, Steve Levine, Hemp Industries Association President, David Bonner, Dr. Bonner's Magic Soaps President, Adam Eidinger, Vote Hemp Communications Director, and Isaac Nicholson, founder of Livity Outer National Hemp Clothing, were all arrested. After being held for a few hours, the hemp sticks were released in late afternoon. On Wednesday, two pleaded guilty to trespassing and were fined $240. The others are expected to face similar treatment.
I'm Nakia Swift with MIHEMP News from LexingtonHeraldLeader.com, Sunday, October 11th, 2009. Within the next 3 weeks, State Senator Joey Pendleton plans to take a group of Kentucky farmers to study the industrial hemp trade in Canada, where the crop has been grown legally for the past 10 years. Pendleton, a Democrat from Hopkinsville, has introduced a bill for 2010 renewing a push to legalize industrial hemp in Kentucky as a cash crop and as a source for alternative fuels. The timing is right, Pendleton said. It would give farmers another crop to raise. Production of hemp is already legal for research purposes in Kentucky, but is untried due to federal barriers. Pendleton's bill comes at a time when federal legislation decriminalizing hemp for industrial use has been introduced in Congress, and proponents are encouraged by stances taken by the Obama administration. In Versailles, where the remnants of an old hemp processing plant still stand on property that Margaret McCauley's family owns, McCauley says that he hopes Pendleton is successful. I think industrial hemp would do a lot for the farming community, said McCauley, who has preserved artifacts from decades ago when hemp was grown legally in Kentucky. McCauley said she hopes lawmakers won't confuse industrial hemp with its controversial cousin, marijuana.
Portland, Oregon, October 4th. Industrial hemp is legal in Oregon, but growers say they can't get on with their businesses until the federal government changes policies. The Oregon legislature this year legalized industrial hemp, but Washington still classifies it as an illegal drug in the same category as marijuana, leading to little progress for the state's hemp industry. The Portland Oregonian reported, "It's rolled into the definition of marijuana at the federal level." State Senator Floyd Brzezinski at Eugene, Oregon, a Democrat who co-sponsored the bill with Republican Senator David Nelson of Pendleton, Oregon, told the newspaper, "Would-be hemp growers say they're pinning some of their hopes on the Industrial Hemp Farming Act, which has been introduced by U.S. Representative Ron Paul, Republican of Texas, and would remove industrial hemp from the federal definition of marijuana." The Oregonian reported that others, however, want to pursue the Obama administration to institute a policy change allowing hemp production if Congress won't act. Brzezinski contends it may be better for the White House to order the Drug Enforcement Administration to treat industrial hemp as it does medical marijuana, avoiding the prosecution of legitimate growers and producers.
Oregon Business, September 23, 2009. Anyone who believes that the hemp industry is best left to the half-baked stoners of the world should spend a few hours talking textiles with Ken Barker. Barker recently served as head of apparel at Adidas North America in Portland. Before he held executive positions with Adidas and Levi Strauss in Canada. When he was with Adidas, he entered proposals to make fabric from soy, bamboo, even seaweed. None of them made as much sense as hemp, the plant that once served as the backbone of the U.S. industry before it was banned in the 1930s. Barker and another former Adidas executive, David Howitt, runs an investment firm in Northwest Portland called the Meriwether Group. They have two hemp companies in their portfolio. Living Harvest, which makes hemp milk, is one of the fastest growing companies in Oregon. Naturally Advanced Technologies, the company Barker has run since 2006, recently raised more than $900,000 and plans to get its product to market within 6 months. Barker calls hemp a super crop. There is no disputing that hemp is a proven performer that grows like a weed without pesticides. It is also illegal at at the federal level, although Oregon recently became the 16th state to legalize it at the statewide level. Parker argues that harvesting hemp locally would make sense, but in the meantime he says it is easy to import from Canada. The potential for hemp has been there for centuries. What has been missing in modern times, in addition to intelligent federal policy, is a team with the experience and expertise to make hemp production to the next competitive level. Barker and his partners could end up doing just that. If his plans come to fruition, they could breathe new life into the nation's suffering pulp and textiles industries and offer a new option in the search for viable biofuels.
Ditchweed destroyed in Floyd County, Iowa, September 29, 2009. About 2 tons of ditchweed found growing in wild in Floyd County, Iowa, was destroyed by sheriff deputies. Sheriff Rick Lynch says it's the 6th time in the last decade they've done such an operation. Sheriff Lynch says the mission is to both eradicate the crop and to protect those who are out trying to find the plants to smoke. Lynch says the risk is that people spray chemicals like Roundup on the wild marijuana to kill it, and then other people pick it for recreational use, and they may end up ingesting harmful chemicals that could end up killing them. Lynch says it's the responsibility of landowners to get rid of the marijuana, and they want to make sure as much of it is cut down as possible. He says they don't want kids or young adults roaming around the county trying to find the plants. He says if someone does cut off parts of the plant, they can be charged with the criminal possession of marijuana. Lynch says the program doesn't cost the county a lot of money since his department gets volunteer help to look for and harvest the plants. Lynch says the plants that were cut down and were destroyed. He says the plants were taken to an undisclosed area and burned. Many spots in Floyd County grew industrial hemp in the 1940s and the government's Hemp for Victory program during World War II. A Michigan hemp editor's note, it is clear the Floyd County Sheriff has no idea that hemp and marijuana are different plants and needs an education.
Next up, hemp commentary from Executive Director Everett Swift. And I'm Nikia Swift.
I'm Jeremiah Berger.
And thank you for watching MIHEMP News.
As Executive Director of MIHEMP, I'm always getting asked when will we get industrial hemp on the ballot in Michigan. And the simple answer to that question is I don't think we'll ever see that happen. The reason being it takes a lot of money. The only reason they got medical marijuana on the ballot in Michigan was Marijuana Policy Project came into the state, funded the petition drive and the campaign. You don't have groups that will do that for industrial hemp. Vote Hemp's the biggest organization I know of in the United States that works on the industrial hemp issue, and they put all their money into the legal aspect, like the North Dakota farmer suit against the DEA. So the only way we're going to get industrial hemp passed in Michigan is through the legislature. We need to get people educated, we need to get people to write letters to the legislators, and we need to get people raising hell about this. The legislature is not going to listen if we just sit around and complain on our couches and say, oh, that we need to get this done, and then we sit there and don't do nothing, which is what most people do. We need to get those people off their butts and get them moving. Thank you for watching Industrial Hemp News. I'm Everett Swift. Have a good day.